Imagine a tiny metal box sitting silently on your desk, looking so simple that most people would underestimate it at first glance, but inside it hides a level of power that feels almost impossible for something this small. And that box is the upcoming M5 Mac Mini, a machine that is already making the entire US tech community excited because Apple seems ready to redefine what a compact desktop is supposed to be. And today we're going to explore why this tiny Mac might become one of the most impressive and desirable Apple devices ever made, especially for people who want maximum performance without spending Mac Studio or Mac Pro type money and want something that stays cool, silent, efficient, and incredibly fast no matter what tasks they throw at it. The reason the M5 Mac Mini is creating so much hype is not just because it is the next version, but because of what the M5 chip represents, since Apple's M series chips have already changed the entire landscape of laptops and desktops, and the M5 is expected to take that evolution to the next level by offering a performance jump that feels dramatic, real, and noticeable in everyday tasks and heavy workflows. Apple Silicon Macs are already famous for running cool and quiet, but the Mac Mini is the one machine where Apple can push the chip to its full potential because it does not have to worry about battery life or thin laptop thermals, which means the M5 inside the small box could run faster for longer without heating up or slowing down, delivering a performance experience that is far beyond anything most people would expect from a compact desktop. Think about opening dozens of apps at once, editing 4K and 8K videos, working on multiple monitors, running AI tools, processing huge files, coding in Xcode, creating 3D models, or even playing modern games while the machine stays cool, silent, and smooth, all thanks to the raw efficiency of the M5 chip and the improved thermal design of the Mac Mini. And speaking of AI, this time Apple is expected to bring a massive leap in on-device intelligence, where tasks that normally rely on cloud servers may now run directly on the M5 chip, giving users instant results, better privacy, faster automation, improved predictive tools, smarter workflows, and new features that make the Mac feel alive, responsive, and incredibly capable. For people in the USA, especially work-from-home users, office employees, students, and creators, this on-device AI is a game changer because it makes the Mac Mini feel not just like a computer, but like a smart assistant that understands your patterns, organizes your tasks, predicts what you need, and makes your work faster without depending on the internet or remote servers. Another major improvement expected with the M5 Mac Mini is storage speed and capacity, because one of the biggest complaints people had with earlier models was the slow base storage, and now Apple is preparing to upgrade NAND speeds, make apps open instantly, reduce loading times, and make the entire system feel faster, smoother, and more responsive. And when combined with the raw power of the M5 chip, this results in a desktop experience that feels next generation. But performance is not the only thing getting better, because Apple is also expected to fix one of the biggest issues earlier versions had, which was external display support. And now, with the M5 architecture, users might be able to connect more displays at higher refresh rates with better color accuracy and smoother performance, which means whether you want a multi-monitor productivity setup, a coding environment at home, trading desk, a minimal workspace, or a creative studio, the Mac Mini will support it without limitations. And while all these upgrades make the machine powerful, what makes it even more attractive is the price. Because unlike MacBook Pros or Mac Studios, which can get expensive very quickly, the Mac Mini almost always stays in a more affordable bracket, making it the best value Apple desktop for performance per dollar. In the USA market, where people want the best tech at reasonable pricing, the M5 Mac Mini is expected to dominate. Users who want high performance without paying premium laptop prices will immediately recognize how good of a deal this machine is, especially because you can pair it with any monitor, keyboard, mouse, speakers, or accessories you want and build your own personalized setup, whether minimal, colorful, gaming, inspired, professional studio style, or productivity focused. And one thing that many people don't talk about enough is how long Apple Silicon Macs last, because unlike Intel machines that would slow down after a few years, Apple's M series chips stay fast, smooth, stable, and efficient for a very long time. And the M5 chip is expected to continue this trend, meaning that if you buy an M5 Mac Mini, it might remain powerful and relevant for 6, 7, or even 8 years easily, making it more of an investment than just a purchase. Add to that the fact that the Mac Mini is tiny enough to place anywhere under your monitor, behind your display, inside a drawer, on a shelf mounted under your desk, or even in a studio rack, so it disappears visually while delivering heavyweight performance. For creators, this is especially exciting because apps like Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Tools, Blender, Unity, and many others are expected to run faster, cleaner, and more stable thanks to the M5 chips, enhanced GPU power, and improved neural engine, which means faster exports, smoother playback, better rendering, real-time effects, and an overall workflow that saves time, energy, and frustration. And content creators in the USA know one thing better than anyone, which is that time saved is money earned. And when your editing machine is silent and heat-free, you can record voiceovers in the same room without worrying about fan noise, which is something big, bulky PCs cannot offer. Even gaming performance is expected to get better, not because the Mac Mini is becoming a full gaming desktop, but because Metal optimizations, game mode improvements, and more AAA titles arriving on Mac OS are making gaming on Apple Silicon surprisingly capable. And when you add cloud gaming into the mix, the Mac Mini becomes a fun hybrid machine for both work and entertainment. But the most fascinating part about the M5 Mac Mini is what it represents for the future of compact desktops, because Apple is slowly moving toward a world where small machines outperform large ones, where efficiency matters more than size, where silence becomes the new expectation, and where AI becomes integrated deeply into your daily workflow without you even noticing it happening. The M5 Mac Mini is not just another Apple product. It is a statement, a signal that the future of computing is smaller, smarter, and more efficient than ever. And when a machine this tiny begins outperforming full-size desktops, it tells you that the industry is changing in a very big way. And people love this shift because modern life demands cleaner setups, quieter rooms, lower electricity bills, faster workflows, and machines that just get out of the way while doing their job perfectly. And that is exactly what the Mac Mini does. It hides in the background, but delivers performance that stays at the front of everything you do. So if you want a desktop that makes your work smoother, your content creation faster, your productivity higher, your daily tasks easier, and your entire setup cleaner and more organized, then the M5 Mac Mini might be the best upgrade you can choose, because it brings speed, reliability, AI, intelligence, future-proofing, and long-lasting performance all inside a small cube that barely makes a sound. And if Apple keeps the pricing fair, continues the performance improvement, and maintains the efficiency advantage, then this tiny box might once again dominate the US compact desktop market, proving that sometimes the smallest things can make the biggest impact. As we wait for the official release, the M5 Mac Mini isn't just a new computer. It's a promise of what the future of compact, silent, insanely powerful desktops can really be, a device that will change how we work, create, and play, without ever taking up much space. And if Apple delivers even half of what the leaks suggest, this tiny powerhouse could redefine what a desktop should be, making you wonder how something so small can feel so massive in impact. So for anyone who wants speed, efficiency, and reliability packed into a machine that barely whispers while working harder than any machine its size has ever done, the M5 Mac Mini is the one to watch, and the one that could quietly take over desks across America, proving once again that in the world of technology, size truly doesn't define power.